Wow, so we're going to do Facebook Live. Facebook Live. We're live now. Hey, good early morning to any of you folks out there that are tuning in at this time. And, of course, first of all, thank you. I wish this was a little bit more exciting. Right now it is just a dark Mercedes on the 210 freeway driving at probably about 70 miles an hour, maybe a little bit faster. At one point, this car going well over 100 miles an hour. It's an older Mercedes. I would guess just by the headlights and the taillights and the size of the vehicle, probably an S-Class. Now, earlier on, if you guys were watching Fox, which you should have been, Channel 11 if you're local, you know, basically I use the terminology hot car, cold plate. That means it's a stolen vehicle with a license plate that doesn't match the vehicle. How do they know it's stolen? That's always my joke, but you know what? Let's not let facts get in the way of news gathering. Right now, though, this vehicle, basically not, nobody's chasing it except for, well, us, but more importantly, law enforcement. They have one helicopter above it. They're going to be swapping out here pretty soon with a California Highway Patrol helicopter. And the LAPD is the one that's over it right now. If you guys are local, these things will make sense to you. We're almost in Fontana, and it started in the Eagle Rock area. If you guys aren't local, we've driven a long, long way. Basically, this was on the streets. They did do a pit maneuver. They spun it around, but the vehicle kept going, got onto the 134, then onto the 210, and it's been here ever since. It's what, like we said, at one point, well into the hundreds miles an hour, not hundreds. It didn't go 200 miles an hour, but it was well over 100 miles an hour. Then, you know, basically when they started backing off, and that's usually what they want to do. They want to just, you know, the officers want to back off to let that suspect kind of just calm down, take a breather. And it seemed to have worked out very, very well. Right now, though, the car just continuing on, probably about 70, 80 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. And the thing is that hopefully this guy is calming down. We see the lights coming on inside the vehicle. Maybe he's using his phone. Maybe he's watching the app right now. And if he is, I'll just let you know. You know, they haven't let you go, and you know, they are setting up. You know, CHP is going to take it over here shortly. But what can they do with a vehicle like this? You know, the car is capable of 100 mile an hour plus. There is light traffic this morning. What can they do, though? They can follow along. That's basically what we can do. Hopefully it doesn't have a lot of gas in it. Maybe that's going to bring it to an end. There's a possibility of spike strips. There are a lot of variables that could be working with this chase right now. As only thing we know is this a suspect armed? No, we know it's just the driver, or we understand just the driver inside the vehicle, meaning no passengers. California Highway Patrol is going to take it over. That seems to be the plan when they get into the Fontana area. 15 is coming up. That gives you an idea where we're at if we're local, if you guys are local. And of course, pursuit, like I said, wish it was just a little bit more exciting. I wonder how fast those guys are going. How fast he's going now, Vinny? 72. So it just shows you the vehicles, just the regular folks on the freeway out here passing this guy. He's probably, my guess is he's probably on the phone trying to make some plans, maybe get some advice. Maybe he's calling his lawyer. Who knows? Okay, I got to do some scannering here because they're going to be switching over to different frequencies. I wish I could read your comments. It's the only thing that I see on here is just more of who's joining, and not so much of who's what you guys are saying. The last thing I got is from more, and and I agree. Chelsea, they did take us for a little bit, but because they are in that quote-unquote transitional phase, meaning that there is no lights and sirens behind it, and there's a lot of other news going on, they decided to kind of push this off onto the Facebook. So this is where we are, and we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to follow it along, and we're coming up on the 15. Doesn't look like he's going to be taking the 15, staying in those center lanes, but it's interesting to see a pursuit vehicle being passed by other cars on the roadway. Ryan, good morning. Watching in Montana. Just east of the 15. Yeah, they're going to re-engage it just east of the 15, Vinny. Yep. I gotta switch over to the San Bernardino. Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna turn it down, actually, way down. For our folks at the desk and at the station, our IFB is gone as we're making our way more east, and so I'm just telling you guys, we turned it down. If the CHP gets behind it, we'll go ahead and try to work out IFB issues. And if for the folks that are watching on Facebook, IFB is how I listen to and communicate with the station. So, all right, 15 interchange. I wonder if that's the California Highway Patrol, those red lights right there. Because they said they got two, I think they said 2 units just east of the interchange. So we'll see what happens here. And also, it doesn't mean that they're going to turn on lights and sirens right out of the box. They're probably going to wait for a little bit of a backup. But keep an eye on it. I'm going to keep an eye on those 2 vehicles right there that are just kind of poised and ready, and see if they get behind them as this vehicle passes. I don't know how they're going to know who the car is, though. That's the thing, too. It's dark. The car's kind of blending in. What do you mean they're inquiring if they should get involved? They just said they were getting involved. Come on, guys. There we go. He's lighting it up for the officers, so they got to be getting ready to get behind him. They did? Those 2 cars? Oh, yeah, there are 2? Perfect. Yeah, he is. We're just we're talking about they're complementing the night sun capabilities for the. Is that that's California Highway Patrol, right, or is that LAPD still? Yeah. Adam knows, but he's talking to him. I just love how everybody else is passing this guy being lit up. Hang on. Switching over to the copper. There we go. What'd you say, Adam? No. Is it who's got the light? Is that CHP? All right, LAPD's still here. There we go. All right, and we got tones and everything on copper, so this is officially a pursuit. Swipe left to reveal comments. I want to reveal comments. Yes, Bob, the driver is alone, and maybe he's headed to the Capitol. Well, if he's headed the right direction. It'll be a nice flight for everybody, I'll tell you that. But now it is definitely back into pursuit mode as they're making their way eastbound on the 210. Just no IFB, that is right. They're taking us live. Okay, but how you guys got to do something with the IFB. All I have is static. Location. We are, yeah. We're coming up on the 215. It sounds like President Trump. That doesn't sound like them taking us live. Oh, he's opening it up again? Here we go. We're in the Muscoy area, San Bernardino. They're going to try to take us after weather. Is there anybody at TOC, Robert, if you can hear me, can you do anything? Switch the IFB, anything? I know. He's trying. Oh, Cy Sperling. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to hear their comments. Just go a little wider just to see the reds and blues, just to open the shot. Are we going to go with this? Go with this? Any Haley, or was this just going to be like a quick, this is where we are now? 15 seconds. I can hear you, but it's static. All right, but we're just doing a little hit, right? Or is it going to be a... I can't make it out. Well, you know, we have a little bit of an IFB issue, but you can see that the pursuit actually is basically re-engaged. California Highway Patrol picking it up. We're going to be in the San Bernardino area. This is going to be still eastbound 210 freeway. If you guys were watching earlier this morning, this actually started in the Eagle Rock area. LAPD originally over it, and still that light we're seeing is still being provided by the LAPD helicopter. The 215 freeway, that's just coming up here in a little bit. That's a stolen Mercedes. They were saying that it's a stolen vehicle with a cold plate. When they say cold plate, that means that plate does not belong to that vehicle that they're chasing. Now, LAPD actually used a pit maneuver when it was on the streets in the Eagle Rock area earlier this morning. They spun it around, but the car kept going, got onto the freeway, 134 to the 210, and it's been on the 210 ever since. Speeds at one point well over 100 miles an hour. And LAPD, well, they have to do their policies. They've got to make their decisions. They decided to back off. The helicopter stayed with it. Now California Highway Patrol has picked it up. It did, right before we went live, it did get back up into the 90 mile an hour mark, but right now this older Mercedes, probably an S-Class, basically going about 72 miles an hour. At one point we actually saw other cars on the freeway passing this vehicle, but when the California Highway Patrol is there with the reds and blues, everybody's behaving themselves, but this pursuit continues on. Loose lips, loose canyon, as long as it didn't lose something else. All right, well, we're continuing on, and we're still live on Facebook. That's what I'm being told. That's the reason why I turned my mic back on. Yeah, we have some crazy IFB issues. I was just talking with our assignment desk, just kind of letting them know that I can't hear the show, meaning I can't hear the anchors, I can't hear the producers, and I was just making comments that I'm not a loose cannon. I just play one on television. At any rate, we're keeping an eye on this pursuit. Hot car, cold plates. I can't say that enough. Isn't that funny? Anyways, it is a stolen vehicle with supposedly the plates don't match the vehicle. How do they know it's stolen? Well, I don't know. That's the typical. Let's not let logic get in the way of news gathering. The pursuit continues. Speeds just a little faster than freeway speeds. All the other vehicles on the roadway, when they see that California Highway Patrol with their reds and blues on, everybody else is behaving themselves. Earlier on, they actually had other vehicles passing the stolen vehicle being tracked by the LAPD helicopter. Where are we now? I mean, this is one of those things that if you guys are local, it'll make a lot of sense. If you guys are out of state, these are just names of the cities. We've traveled probably, what are you guys guessing, 85 miles? Yeah, something like that. Since this thing began, we're in the Redlands. Del Rosa area off in the San Bernardino, in the city of San Bernardino. So continuing on the 210 freeway, if we keep this up, we're going to be making our way into Palm Springs here shortly. California Highway Patrol, what can they do to stop it? Well, that's the tough one. I mean, we just kind of watch and keep an eye on what's going on. If he's on the freeway and he's just doing what he's doing, there's very little that they can actually do. It's way too fast to pit it. There's too many other vehicles on the roadway to do some sort of spike strips. So what can they do? Well, they follow along. Oh, they lost our picture here. Wow, look at that. We went to blue screen. Yeah, there it is. We're back. Well, 85 miles. I don't know if he's slowing down, maybe to conserve some fuel. Maybe there's, who knows? I mean, if it's a stolen vehicle, how much gas are you going to put in it? You know what I mean? It's not your car, right? I don't know. I'm just kind of goofing around with that. At any rate, California Highway Patrol, they are not goofing around. Law enforcement, not goofing around. They're keeping an eye on this. We went back to blue screen. I wonder if we should go to a different mountaintop. We don't. Oh, we're in Santiago? What's wrong with Wilson? Does Wilson not point this way? Oh. Yeah, I know. I understand that's the reason why we're into Santiago. We're talking about mountaintops, if anybody's wondering what trying to get the. When it goes to blue screen, that means you guys can't see us. That means there's a signal issue, and that's what we're basically looking at. At any rate, if the assignment desk is still listening to us and Haley's still listening to us, are we getting off the freeway or are we doing a transition? Maybe we're going to Big Bear. Or are we going south? I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the freeway is. It looked like we were doing on a transition. I guess we're not. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say we're. These. I guess this is just areas where they're working on the 210. Oh, people. What can we say? Anyhow, the pursuit continues. One person inside the vehicle, stolen vehicle, started in Eagle Rock area. California Highway Patrol. They did what they. I'm sorry. LAPD did what they could do to bring this thing to an end early on, doing a pit maneuver. When it was on the streets over in the Eagle Rock area, spun it around, but was not good enough because the car kept going. And then the guy was like, oh man, you guys really want to stop me, so he made his way onto the freeway, and it's been on the freeways ever since. At one point, that older Mercedes, pushing well into the 100-mile-an-hour mark for quite some time, as it made its way through Pasadena into the Santa Anita area, and then basically started slowing down, thank goodness, because we were having a hard time catching up to it. You got to remember that, even in our helicopter, about 130 miles an hour across the ground is our best speed on the average. So if that car was doing, 120, we're only gaining 10 miles an hour on it. So do the math. But basically, he slowed down, and I say do the math because I can't do it. I'm not good with math. We caught up with him in the San Dimas area, and then first time we put it on the air was over by Rancho Cucamonga. It looks as if, though, we're staying on the 210 freeway. We're doing that little dip to the south, which might free up Mount Wilson. But right now, I can tell you, the pursuit continues. California Highway Patrol behind this vehicle. My guess, I'm putting my money on we're going to need fuel before it's over. No, my guess is going to be something along the lines of that vehicle's going to run out of fuel, or it's going to just come to an end when this guy just pulls off the freeway and just brings it to an end, brings it to a stop. That's going to be my guess. But right now, California Highway Patrol still behind it. The spotlight being brought to you by LAPD. Yes, LAPD made their way all the way out here in the San Bernardino area. Ron, that's not nice. Let's be nice about that stuff. Always wanted a safe ending. Yes, me too, and very much so. Every now and then I get to see some of your comments, so I always enjoy reading what you guys have to say. But for some reason the comments are very sketchy. At least we have at least a picture on my phone this morning, knowing that at least somebody's watching, right? But at any rate, we're just keeping the pace here. California Highway Patrol chasing this vehicle. Now we're still eastbound on the 210. Technically, we're going south this area. We're going to be on the eastern side of San Bernardino. California Highway Patrol. Redlands. So isn't it San Bernardino County? Yeah, Redlands. The city of Redlands, San Bernardino County. California Highway Patrol still trucking along, keeping an eye on this stolen vehicle. The helicopter above it's going to be the LAPD, and the pursuit continues. Single drive. Well, how many drivers can you have? You can't have two drivers. So a single occupant inside that vehicle, and that occupant just happens to be the driver. Maybe that's his plan. He's just going to just take the 10 and start heading back, which would be good because then we might get our IFB back. And if we get our, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, if he goes 10 west. I hope he doesn't want to go to Palm Springs. I hope he wants to go back to wherever this thing started. Well, there goes the opportunity of our lifetime. So here we go, heading out to Palm Springs. Hope everybody brought their Bermuda shorts and sunglasses. I didn't even hear if Tony's back. Oh yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, he's just staying on the 210. Joining the 10, yep. That's the end of the 210. We're joining the 10. We're going to stay eastbound, on the 10 freeway. Maybe nobody's writing any comments. Maybe these are just people, maybe there aren't any comments being written. Hey, everybody's just mesmerized this morning by the by this pursuit that's making our way from the Eagle Rock area out towards, where are we now? Redlands. Yep. Calamasa. That's fun to say. Yeah. Calamasa. Well, there. Okay. Yeah, they're doing the swap. California Highway Patrol is doing the swap right now. Oh, all right. So Vinny, you're better at this than I am. Do you think we have IFB again, or we're just too far away? Because we're away from the mountaintop. On what, Ken 1 or Ken 2? Let me try UHF 2. I just have static, but are we in a commercial maybe? The real answer is no. I can make out that somebody's calling my name, but it's just way too much static. I'm sorry, man. Oh, I can hear her pretty well. I'm not too familiar with CHP out this way. I don't know if these guys. Yeah, they are, aren't they? They're just like us. Nice. Who is it? I was going to say. What are those things called? Hermosas? Formosas? Mimosas? Mimosas on me except for the pilots. Yeah. Actually, by the time we have landed, well, we can still have those. It'll just be brunch. Yeah. Well, I was just saying, if Tony's off, doesn't he vacation in Palm Springs all the time? Maybe we're going to his house. Maybe we'll go to his house for breakfast, brunch. Good old Mercedes. Look at that thing. What do you think that is, like a 2003 or something? Really? No, look at the headlights. That's an S-Class. Yeah, that's got to be an S-Class because the headlights come over. The 50, the other ones are rounder. Yeah. It's got to be like a 2000, 2003, something like that. Yeah. Well, this one seems to be, these parts seem to be working well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably a big V8 in there. Yeah. Yes, but that's yours is not the average bear. I just wish I could read some of the comments. This is really it's sad. All I just get is people are watching and not so many of the comments. But maybe nobody's writing. Let me see if I write something. Hello from SkyFOX. Yeah, see that showed up. I don't think anybody's writing anything. Yeah, probably a lot of people just watching and not writing. So, well, we have 8,000 viewers right now watching our pursuit to Palm Springs, watching SkyFOX flying out to Palm Springs. So, to Palm Springs. So, somebody's texting me. Currently planning to turn around when we lose your signal. Thank you. Vinny, do not shut off the microwave. That's not what they said. So, if you guys are just joining us and wondering what is this going on my screen from Fox this morning, well, let me tell you, it is a pursuit, and it's been one of those. I wouldn't call it the standard pursuit because there's no such thing as that, but it started in the Eagle Rock area. Currently, we are in. Again, this is one of those ones. If you're not local, these are just words. If you are local, you're going to say, "My gosh, Stu, that's probably 100 miles or 90 miles," and yes, it is. Stolen vehicle, and the wrong plates on the car. It started in the Eagle Rock area, LAPD, doing what they could while it was on the streets to bring this thing to an end. They did do a pit, they spun it around, but the old Mercedes just kept on going. Made its way out onto the 134 and then onto the 210, and it's been there ever since. At one point, well into the 100-mile-an-hour mark, and that was the deal. You know, SkyFOX, we go about 130 miles an hour. This thing was probably going about 110, 120, And so, it took us a while to catch up. We finally got up to it when it got into the San Dimas area. The vehicle also slowing down at that point. LAPD, their helicopter's been with it the entire time. The bosses at LAPD making those tough decisions, basically telling their officers, back off, go back to where you got it, where there's work to be done. And they did. The ground units turned around, but the helicopter stayed with it. California Highway Patrol re-engaging the pursuit somewhere just outside of Rancho Cucamonga, and has been with it ever since. We've actually watched one swap of the California Highway Patrol as they made their way out of the San Bernardino area. out of the Rancho Cucamonga area into the San Bernardino area. Currently, right now, 210 freeway, Calamasa area. The 10 freeway. In the Calamasa area, and California Highway Patrol, what can they do? They keeping an eye on it. The LAPD helicopter, talking with Adam, our pilot, this morning, and basically saying, we're all in it for the long haul. We'll all have breakfast in Palm Springs if this keeps up, because that's basically where all of us are probably going to have to stop for fuel at one point. The pursuit itself, well, it's one. It always sounds weird to me. It's just the driver in the car. That's the only person that we know inside that vehicle. At one point, we did see the lights come on every now and then inside the car. I'm guessing he's probably doing something, maybe texting. I see some flashing lights up ahead. I do not want to give anything away, but perhaps it's going to be something other than just a shift change as we continue on. So. We'll see how that goes as we're making our way closer to those other CHP officers a little bit farther ahead there. Right now, though, the pursuit is older Mercedes S-Class. We're guessing probably 2000, 2003. Maybe it's a 5, maybe it's a 6. I doubt it, though. But at any rate, this vehicle just continues to chug along. Where this guy's going, these are always the questions. I wish I could read the comments. Why? Why is he doing this? Well, probably just getting his last couple minutes of freedom inside that vehicle, and just going to drive it till it will not drive no more. And that's basically what we see a lot of the times. Is it going to run out of gas? Is it going to have a mechanical? Are they going to be able to do something to bring this to an end? Well, we'll figure this all out. At any rate, I kind of wonder, that's my question, is since the LAPD helicopter's above it, are they going to book this guy? Oh, look at this, using his blinker. Very courteous. Are they going to book this guy and bring him back to LAPD, or back to to where this started in the Eagle Rock area, Northeast Division, or are they going to is California Highway Patrol going to take him and book him? I mean, these are the questions that I wind up asking later on when this thing is all over. Usually we just kind of see this thing come to an end and we just forget about what's going on. California Highway Patrol blocking an on-ramp over there. Don't know until we see exactly what they're going to do, but I can find it very hard to believe that they're going to be able to do anything other than do a shift change right there, meaning they're basically the San Bernardino units are going to hand it off to the next units that are going to pick it up, and then this pursuit is going to continue on. Where are we? I'm kind of curious myself. Banning, beautiful Banning. The city of wind and sand. And that basically explains the description of any California desert city. Actually, Beaumont. My map says Beaumont. Yeah, Beaumont. It was the peaceful town of Beaumont. At any rate, the pursuit continues. We're going to keep an eye on it. Our boss has said we can do this until you don't see us anymore. There you go. So no spike strips at this one. And you can see the California Highway Patrol basically going to relieve their brethren from San Bernardino. And so fresh cars are going to be picking this thing up. And we're going a little faster than freeway speeds, but I guess that when any of these drivers on the freeway, when they start seeing those reds and blues, they're going to be like, okay, never mind. We're going to we'll check my speed. Let's slow it down. I'm sure a lot of adrenaline rushes for all these drivers as they're making their way on the 10 freeway, eastbound in the Beaumont area, heading into the Banning area. I just, like I said, when we get this far out, these policies, these officers and how they do things, not so familiar. I can't say, like if this was in Gorman, I'd almost bet they'd pit this guy or something. Anyway, I'm getting messages from the Fox desk. They're going to use us at the top of the 6. Let me see if we have any IFB. Oh, I kind of at the moment, but yeah, at 6 o'clock. That's well, maybe that'll be the way this pursuit's going to come to an end. Okay. I don't even think 2's got anything out here. Snow Peak? Yeah. Maybe CBS is, if anybody at CBS is listening, maybe you can talk to Robert and TOC and see if we can use one of your mountaintops, possibly Snow Peak. And Haley, if you're still listening to me, I'm sorry you had to listen to me ramble. I do have some IFB. I wish you could hear what I'm hearing so you'd be like, okay, I get it now. But thank you. But I just have like a bunch of static, and occasionally I can hear voices underneath it. After weather, it's in the 6. I hope I still have. I hope I have what I have now. That's going to work great. And no, I'm not a little princess that's complaining about the IFB. It's really bad. Maybe it's the last hurrah. Maybe it's just trying to maybe this fuel light came on. If you guys are on the Facebook watching along and listening to what we're talking about, just letting you know that this is kind of a little bit more behind the scenes. You guys have probably all figured that out already. Official, not official type of reporting here. You're listening to basically me, only me. I wish you could hear everybody else. It would you'd probably get a kick out of all the other comments that are flying around in the headset. But the reality is that basically this is more behind the scenes. So every now and then, yes, you'll hear me talk about some other stuff. Yes, I know my mic is hot. Let me do some shameless self-promotion. You can follow me on Twitter if you like, and or Instagram and or Facebook. Those are my 3 social medias. Always interested in listening to what you guys have to say. We do post stuff usually. Man, is it newsy? It's newsy-esque. Let's just leave it at that. It's not. I'm not just the hardcore. This is what happened today type of guy on my social media, because it's social media, and it's not work media. At any rate, let's talk about what we see right now. Pursuit continuing. Are we officially in Banning? Yep, Banning, California. We are in Banning now. The vehicle, 1 minute, copy all. We're going to go visit Tony in Palm Springs. It does. Eastish. Right after weather, copy. And it's of course it's getting more and more staticky. Was that Morongo? That's Morongo, right? Yeah, maybe he's gonna stop and do some gambling. Oh, I didn't buy a lottery ticket. Son of a gun. And of course, static, static, static. Oh, here we go. One five. We're just doing a little hit update, right? Copy. That's right, near Banning, and it's you know, what kind of pursuit is it where you have, we check in where it is. Started in the Eagle Rock area. We're probably pushing the 100-mile distance mark right about now. That vehicle, you can see it, 97 miles an hour. It's starting to pick up speed again. Started in Eagle Rock, LAPD, stolen vehicle with the wrong plates on it. They did what they could. They did a pit maneuver in the Eagle Rock area, spun it around, but it wasn't enough. That Mercedes made its way onto the 134, then the 210, and then really opened it up. Speeds to about 110, 120 miles an hour at some points. Basically, it's been on the 210 till we ran out of 210, got on the 10 freeway. Now we're in the Banning area. California Highway Patrol basically has picked it up on the ground. LAPD, they backed off about by Santa Anita area. Their boss is saying, you know what, guys, come on back, let the helicopter take it, and the helicopter did. We've been out here with that LAPD helicopter the entire time. California Highway Patrol, they're doing what they can to warn the public about this vehicle. High speeds, not that reckless driving, only the driver in that car, stolen. Making our way eastbound on the 10, passing through Banning. Maybe we're going to make it out to the Palm Springs area this morning. But that pursuit continues out here this morning. Again, nothing too dramatic, nothing too dangerous. But of course, California Highway Patrol and all law enforcement want to get this vehicle off the road and that driver into custody. I'm Stu in SkyFOX. Back to you two in the studio. I was waiting for the wrap. Wow, what happened there? Oh, it's the light from the Morongo. Everything got really bright all of a sudden. I was like, whose night sun is that? So... oh, the chase continues, guys. If you guys are on Facebook, you can, you know, don't walk away from the Facebook. Leave it on, you know, on your phone. But if you guys are local, Fox News, you know, Channel 11. I don't think Tony's there today. We're going to go visit Tony out in San Bernardino. I mean, it's San Bernardino out in Palm Springs. What's that, Haley? Oh, sorry. But yeah, there's a lot of newsy goodness out there. You just turn on 11. You guys can watch, follow along there. We do updates on this pursuit. What has our life become when we do updates on pursuits? Like, where are we now type of things. To me, that's just that's the most interesting part of this pursuit. The speeds, we're pushing about 90 miles an hour, older Mercedes. If you guys are in the market, maybe this is something you want to look at. Not this one particularly. It's got some damage on the rear where the LAPD went ahead and did a pit maneuver on it earlier on, spun it around, but it wasn't enough to bring it to a stop. That driver regaining control of that vehicle, getting on a freeway, and we've been there ever since. Not that freeway, because that was the 134. We basically ran the 134 out, then we ran the 210 out, and now we're on the 10. If we're going to run the 10 out, we're going to be on the East Coast somewhere. I think it's over. Yeah, I was going to say we're going to be in Florida somewhere, but I don't think that's going to happen, though it would be interesting. It would be nice to go visit. I know some people out there in Jacksonville. But at any rate, we're continuing on now. The pursuit moving along at a good clip, 103, 102, so he's opening it up again. I always kind of wonder with the speed variances if he's thinking that he's getting away from somebody or if he's just bored and, you know, putting his foot down, or maybe he's running out of gas. Who knows? It would be interesting to see this thing come to an end. I would enjoy that personally, just to see that suspect go into custody just to feel like we've got closure on this. I always dislike it when we have to pull off and just let it go. Our boss has said that we can follow this as long as we have a picture, and we intend on doing that for you folks. That is our plan. Again, I don't know what's up with my feed. I cannot see any of the comments. I wish I could. I'd love to follow along to at least answer some of your questions. And I'm sure a lot of it is political. Some of it is swipes at me, and that's all good. Well, okay, there we go. I got a congrats and we want to go to Arizona and then to Florida. Oh, look, I'm getting some comments. This is awesome. 7 bailed. Yeah, well, there you go. They're quitters. They're quitters. Fox, not quitters. We're not quitters. So, at any rate, we've got people in Florida waiting for us to show up now. That's what I'm getting for comments. So, at any rate, we're just continuing on. We're going to stay with it as long as we have a signal, and that I'm guessing is going to fade here in just a few moments as we're making our way through the Banning Pass. It's been a long time since I've been this far out for news, oh, look at this! What's going on here? Oh, look at this guy! Is he trying to block him? No. I thought he was trying to block him. That would have been interesting. Yeah, I was going to say. They used to have really good popsicles there at in Palm Springs Airport. I wonder what next. Yeah, no, there's could go stop by. And it 100 at speed is the knowledge of where the ground is. So those numbers will dramatically $100